Whether we like to admit it or not, life feels like a race. It just feels like everyone is off doing their own thing, and everyone feels like they need to be somewhere, and everyone feels like they're dissatisfied where they are right now. And it's kind of hard not to feel that way with the constant amount of ways to compare yourself on social media and just even with the people around you, and just the ways that you can kind of create an echo chamber for your own thoughts with drowning yourself with noise and telling yourself you're not good enough, and also to reinforce that belief by, again, simply just not giving yourself space to counteract those thoughts. Basically, it just feels like that no one's happy where they are. It's not even so much that life feels like a race, or it's not so much that life is a race, but everyone feels like they need to be somewhere where they're not right now. And usually most people think that has to be somewhere successful. So, what do you necessarily do about that? Because if you're watching this video right now, you probably feel like that's the way it is for you too. You also feel like life is a race. You feel like you're not where you want to be. And even if you did do well in the early parts of your life, you can still feel that way too. If you were always the most successful kid, you were the gifted kid, right? You had a good 3 or 4 years of high school. You could also still feel like, is this it? Is this all I got? Or I need to achieve more, right? There's so many different ways of thinking, but we all kind of had come to the common notion that life feels like a race and that we got to be somewhere. So, to basically kind of explore that, one thing I always do, again, is I question things. And if life feels like a race, then a race against what? What are we racing against? Other people? The system? Some kind of game we create in our mind? Or do we just feel like that's what we have to do? Does that just feel like survival? It's okay to feel any of these things. Because life has been so modernized and even to a point feels somewhat artificial, it just feels like I gotta make 4 phone calls a day and get a business, and by the end of being 23, I gotta be like in Dubai. You really gotta ask yourself, like, race against what? Is it something you gotta prove to someone, to yourself? Is there that sense of validation you're missing out on? Or is it because you felt like you've been indoctrinated in the system? Again, the social media, the constant rhetoric from what you see on like shorts and just what people say, and it's hard to blur the line between these pessimistic, self-loathing, narcissistic people who say success is everything, versus like actual success stories. Because yeah, there are people that grew up from nothing, grew up in poor places, and actually made everything for their families. And this isn't an anti-success video. This isn't to say like success is bad. No, it's just you gotta really ask yourself, like, what is it that you're doing it for? Because if you feel like it's a constant validation, you feel like you're just trying to be part of everybody else, then you're doing it wrong. I think you are, because it doesn't feel right. And you may feel something, right? If you feel like maybe you did achieve like a really good opportunity, or you hit a milestone that's actually really worth talking about, it only feels good for a second. It feels like you really achieved it. You're like, yeah, man, I got this. And then you tell somebody else, and they're like, cool. And then you're shot down immediately, as if all the work was just scaled down to 1/10 of what it was, or was just shriveled into nothingness because of what somebody else said. You're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. So, to basically, like, put that simply, ask yourself what it is that you want to do it for. Because if you really do think you want to be successful, you really want to work for something, and you really do want to get somewhere ahead in life, you want to be somewhere where you're not right now, find the pace that's right for you, because there's a good chance you're burning yourself out, and you should never trust what you say or what you think when you're tired. And if you're tired all the time because you're burnt out all the time, there's a good chance you're going to just like have a warped viewpoint on things, right? If you're motivated and you feel like you need to get somewhere, that's not the same as feeling like you need to get somewhere when you're tired and cranky and just too much noise in your head. So if you really do think you're doing this for yourself, find the pace that's right for you. That's what I'll say about that. I can't give advice for every reason, but if you're doing it for your, like, you really want to do it for yourself, do the right pace for yourself. Because everyone has their speed. You just have to do it. It's sustainable. Take the rest when you need the rest, right? Not every day needs to be a working day. You have a weekend, right? Take 1-2 days off every week, right? Structure your weekend. And I know you're gonna say, like, well, I have money and I got energy, and it's like, yeah, that's great, dude. That really is. But sustainability wins the race. And it's like, and then of course the other argument is, well, I gotta be here, I gotta be here. It's like, I gotta get $1,000,000, I gotta have this car, I gotta have, it's like, do you really? Like, do you really? Do you think you do? And if you really do think you do, then, like, how happy do you really think you'll be with those things? Right? Another thing I'll say about simply, you know, what it means to be behind in life, for those who are, and for those who, again, think it's a race, is that it's okay, right? Again, still, if you want to chase your dreams and you're starting from nothing, and you want to achieve things and you started from nothing, then that is also okay, right? But if you're in a position where you've got nothing right now, and you've got all this ambition and plans and skills and talent and resources, don't be afraid, right? Don't be scared that you've got nothing right now, or that you're starting from nothing. Don't be. Because that is just a trap for bad news. Or bad events, right? Just, you can't do that to yourself. It's okay to have nothing. You should embrace it a bit. Because when you have nothing, you don't have as much responsibilities. And you don't have as much pressure or things to live up to. If you want to prove to all these people that you're like successful and you're doing things for yourself, that's great. But you're going to put so much pressure on yourself once you realize that you might want to withhold the expectations that people have for you. And you can't do that, right? Because sooner or later you will crack and you're going to feel like crap for falling behind when you start working for things. Because that will happen when you work for things. You'll fall behind. But when you start from nothing, enjoy what you got around you, right? Because you still probably have, like, the basics, right? And you want to be somewhere where you're not. Just enjoy what you got around you. There's the least you can do, or what I think is most important when you have nothing and you're trying to be somewhere, is that you have to enjoy what you've got. Like, it is. Like, you've got to enjoy what you got around you because you got to learn to be happy while you do it. I've talked about that, right? Devotion, right? You got to love the process that you do, but you also got to love where you're at. Enjoy the scenery around you. If you know you're gonna be moving to a town next year, or something, right, or another college or something like that, take one last moment to enjoy like what you got around you, right? If you're gonna be moving out of your parents' house or out of a roommate's house or whatever, moving in with someone, right, whatever it is, take the time to enjoy who you're spending time with, right? Like, you know, like really, like, have conversations with your parents, talk to your parents, even if you think maybe there's things you don't like about them or whatever, like have conversations with them, right? You know what I mean? Or just, again, like, enjoy the loves of your childhood home one last time. Enjoy the things you got around you just one last time. Because, again, if it's guaranteed you're going to get that position somewhere else in another city, or you know you're going to get it, enjoy what you've got around you, really. Again, I've also talked about that, like enjoying what you got around you. But once you do get where you are at, you may miss it, right? You probably will miss it. And if you're also just somewhere off, like constantly chasing things, and you're never taking the moment to appreciate things, whether you're starting from nothing, you're in the middle of the process, or near the end, enjoy like what you've got in the middle, because again, you will never feel happy. All those rich millionaires or even probably billionaire guys have all said the same thing. Some of the best days of their lives was not when they got their first car, their first check, their first mansion. No. It was when they had nothing and they knew they were going to work for things. It was when they were being tested to the limits. So, again, if you're feeling behind in life and you're watching all these people get ahead of you, well, one, quit social media, because that's probably where you're hearing it from. But anyways, just enjoy what you got, because they're not happy either. You think those people who are more successful than you and doing it great, you think they enjoy everything they got? I mean, even if they do, fine, but like, do you really think they truly have actually stopped and appreciated it? And even if they have, why can't you? Because if they're successful and they can do it, why can't you? You need to appreciate where you're at right now. And the last thing I'll leave this off of is, again, it's okay to be behind in life, but the last thing you should leave this video with is, simply put, it's not a race. This is actually a concept I've learned from someone else. I don't remember who the creator was. It was someone on Reels. But it was a really important thing, and I have to credit this person because this is not my original thought. But don't think of it as a race. Just think of it like a line, right? Think of it like everyone's going to wait their turn to get somewhere. If you're in a line with other people, and there's 100 people ahead of you, 1,000 people ahead of you, it'll be a long time to wait for whatever it is that you're going to get. But you know you're going to get it. Unless it's like a limited thing, then like, fuck this analogy. But, you know, you know you're going to get it. Let's just say you're going to get it, right? No matter what, how many people are in line, right? Why does it matter they go first, right? Why does it matter they go first? They just maybe got in line sooner than you, but who cares? But if you know you're going to get it too, then why does it matter they get it first, right? Why does it matter the guy all the way up in the line is going to get it for you or the guy even in front of you, right? Because at the end of the day, you're all going to get the same thing, and you're all going to feel the same way, and when you get what you want, you're not going to give a crap that you waited that long in line. Because if you really loved what you know, what you got, then you realize it was worth staying in line for. And the only thing that should really be hard on you is the amount of time you wait in line, not so much who's getting it before you or after you. Again, people just aren't part of the equation here. Life is not a race. It's all just a testament to like when we'll get what we want. And you just can't do that with the mindset that like I need to get it before everybody else. And don't get to the anxiety that everyone's going to get it but yourself. Like whatever you're going to get, you're going to get. And it may not be exactly what you think it is in your head, but it may not be the version you think, but it's going to be what you want.
So yeah, just to like summarize, just to like clarify that, you shouldn't let it get to you, right? Just the idea that people are like, we're all waiting to get the same thing, we're all working towards get the same thing. It just figuratively doesn't matter that some people are going to get it before you, right? And you'll save yourself just a lot of time and a lot of mental effort when you don't think about that anymore. Yeah, really important, like, life just, it's not a race, and the very thought and concept of just being behind in life, it just shouldn't matter to you. You should just enjoy what you got while you're doing it, and just enjoy the things around you while you're doing it, and just enjoy the time you got with the people you have around you before things change. And if you just do that, life will just feel a lot better, because at the end of the day, if you can get what you want and you can be happy, then that's all that should matter. The only people you should prove that to are yourself, and maybe a couple people you care about. So, I'm going to leave it off there, you know? Hope you enjoy watching this video. Yeah, you know, if you're struggling with that too, like, hey, like, drop a story in the comments, whatever, right? So, and I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys in the next one.